I want to welcome you back to Black Site, and tonight we're going to talk about Dr. Umar Johnson basically being a fraud and stealing money from the ADOS and foundational black community for his school, which he has never opened. Dr. Umar Johnson back in 2010 had a great idea of opening a school up for African American boys. He received millions of dollars in donations, but he has not delivered on this school. He said he would open the school in 2014, 2016, 2018, this fall of 2019. It has never come to fruition. He said he would once buy a school that used to be a college, and he wanted to make it into a boarding school. That never came. So he goes to Delaware and he buys this so-called trap house of a school that he needs money for donations. He's talking about he needs the roof fixed. We know that many of his accounts have been shut down by PayPal, Cash App, and other transactional organizations. Now, it's hard to believe that people are sending money through the mail to his post office, in base post office box, and basically he's reading off how much the donations that he's receiving. I don't know if he's receiving the donations or not, or he's saying that so you can send him more donations. We have never seen an accounting for the $700,000 that he said he has received. We don't know where the money is. He said he bought this trap house school. I don't believe him. I believe that money could be stored off in the Cayman Islands, Swiss bank account, somewhere else, but it was not invested in that school. And why do people constantly keep sending him dollars for a school that's never going to happen? I believe that Umar Johnson needs help. I believe the man has become delusional when it comes to this school. How can you have a school when you have no board? You have no accounting staff. You have no future faculty. Do you know how much it costs to run a school building? Maybe $5 to $7 million that you will not have on hand. You have to also get accreditation for teachers, especially when you're opening up a school, if it's a charter or private school. Umar Johnson has none of that. But one thing Umar Johnson has is the gift of gab, the gift of words. And he's always got something new to say. Oh, I need a school, brother and sister. Then he reads out all the different words he says about our ancestors. Our sister Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, and all these words that make it sound good. But it doesn't sound good until those school doors are open for them boys that you said you wanted to educate. Many of us believed in Umar Johnson because we once heard a brother, his name was Jawanza Kafuchu, who always talked about black males or black boys when it came to the fourth grade, if they were not introduced to education properly, that they would end up being failures. And a lot of things that he said Umar Johnson enhanced, and he talked about how the public educational system was hurting African American males. He had the audience. He had people believing in him, but he did not deliver. All Umar Johnson had to do is to open up and start small. Start, say in the fourth grade, I will open up 3 classes, 25 students each, 75 students. We will have 3 or 4 teachers. We will have a small faculty, small administration. We will have a board. But each year we will add on a classroom so we can slowly build up this institution, and I can show people across the nation that the dream that I had is coming true, and that we had something that we can actually put our hands on. If we wish to visit the school, we could visit the school and support the school. But Umar Johnson did not do that. Umar Johnson is over his head. Or is this just another theft of the ADOS and foundational black community? Is this what Brother Polite has been doing for years? Giving us what we want to hear, giving us the gift of gab, trying to satisfy our hunger for knowledge and hunger for something that we want to save our community when it comes to education. Umar Johnson has completely failed, and he's a fraud. There are many of you who are going to be listening to this video who will dislike what I'm saying because you love what Umar Johnson is saying, but you cannot take in millions of dollars and have no results and still asking for money. And we don't know how you managed the money that we gave you, but he comes back and tell us when you get that white man your money, you don't ask him. But brother, the problem we have in this community is that we don't trust each other. So we trusted you with this money, and you failed to deliver. There are plenty of people who can discuss this better than me. You got Lenore Honor, Afro Svengali, what happened to Common Sense. And they've been on this day after day. But so many people still give him a platform to sell his fraudulent activity because this has been going on for 10 years. There is no results for our African American boys. This money could be spent somewhere else where we are getting results. We're getting them from Tone Talks and Yvette Carnell and the ADOS movement. They're doing this with pennies on the dollar. But you received over $1 million and we haven't seen anything. We deserve better when we give someone our money. These results would have been significant in starting boys' schools all around the country. Yes, we have some successful ones in Cleveland and Chicago, but this could have accelerated it if Umar Johnson had a plan. And what we found out that he did not have a plan, that he needed to execute what he was talking about. We should stop giving this man our money and demand that he show us what he did with the money, and that he open up a school as soon as possible. We should cut off all funds. But new people who are listening to him for the first time, just like in a Ponzi scheme, that's who you take advantage of to keep the money rolling in. Dr. Umar Johnson is proven to be a fraud. Because with no results, what else can I call you? I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. I hope you subscribe to my channel, smash that like button, and share this video.